Hey, welcome back to there we go. Welcome back to another video. It is Sarah Michaels here. So, in this video, I want to share with you kind of like what I did to set up my LLC, some of the steps that I did not think about when I originally got started in business, and how you can too without literally spending thousands and thousands or even hundreds and hundreds of dollars, or chasing down all these different tutorials and stuff online. So I'm going to give you not only what I did, the links and the stuff for you to do this. I'm going to add in a couple different resources, including the ability to connect with my personal mentor. She's been giving some really good advice on business stuff, and with everything going on, she's a multi-millionaire. She's built over 17 7+ figure companies. And so this is somebody that has been helping me, how to set up, how to structure, all of the different things that have happened in my own business in the past year. One of the mentors that I have is her. And so she is sharing that. I'm going to connect you to her resources if you want to check out, her group. I have a link for that. So what you will need for this video is pretty much, I think the only thing that you'll need access to is my business resource vault, because that's where all of these links are going to be located, like the legal stuff and everything. So if you haven't yet gotten access to the business resource vault, go to Sarah Michaels, and I'll put the link down below. So sarahmichaels.com/vault. Once you're inside the vault, you want to bookmark the page that the actual vault is on. Super simple. Just put a star next to it, so that way you can come back to it. Okay, so here's where you request access to the vault, and then the next page is the page you want to bookmark, and everything that I'm mentioning should be in there except for the glaringly obvious. Okay, so here's what I can tell you about setting up my LLC. And just disclaimer, I am not a tax person. I'm not telling you what you should do. I'm not giving any kind of legal or tax advice or anything like that. You must contact your tax person, your legal team, whatever, in order for you to get that. I'm just simply sharing with you my opinion and my personal, this is what I did, okay? So when I first got started out, I was starting out as a freelancer, and I started out as a sole proprietor. Now, here's what I can tell you, and especially depending on when you're watching this, as of the making of this video, it is Cinco de Mayo 2020. We are smack dab in the middle of the pandemic, and it has been hitting small businesses hard. And here is what I can tell you. As you can see, all of the tax breaks and the more of the benefits and stuff, they're not going to single individual sole proprietors, they're going to corporations. Okay. And so there's a lot of people that are really, really pissed off right now, and they're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Because when you think of a corporation, you think of these big, huge companies, but it's no, guys. If you do your business smart, you can also reap the benefits from setting yourself up correctly. So I'm not telling you what to do. You have to look that up on your own, but I'm just telling you that it is going to be better to get out of the individual sole proprietor status as soon as possible, because then you're not protected as a sole proprietor. You don't have legal protection. Your personal assets and stuff can be at risk. And so forming an LLC is really simple. I know that you might hear that term and you think oh, there's thousands of papers and it's so complicated, and maybe I have to go out and hire this legal team and it's going to be just uber complicated. And really, it's not. It can be quite simple. And so you'll want to talk with your tax person about the benefits of, do you want to start an LLC? Do you want to do an S Corp? What are the benefits? What should you do? That's definitely a question for your tax person. I know that my personal mentor said that when she first got started, and again, she's done millions and millions and millions in dollars in business. And she got started out as an LLC, and she said that she didn't switch to an S Corp until, she had already paid millions in taxes. So whatever, that is. Sorry, I had a little frog in my throat. So there's that. Okay, so now when you are looking at forming an LLC, you guys, this is something that is so simple. You can do this online on your own. Don't let anybody trick you and think like that you have to pay like all of this thousands and thousands of dollars to set up your LLC, because you don't. More often than not, when you just go to Google and you can look up form an LLC in my state, okay, if you're forming an LLC. And oftentimes you can just go directly to the state's website and set it up yourself. That is exactly what I did for my LLC. It was really simple. I didn't use LegalZoom or anything like that. I just went directly to, so for example, if you're going to form an LLC in Wisconsin, you would just type in how to form an LLC in Wisconsin online. Okay. And then look for the website that is, so you're going to see a bunch of ads pop up. These advertisements are people who want you to pay them to set your LLC up for you. Oftentimes, if you go to like revenue dot whatever, so you can see that this was the official Wisconsin page. It's going to tell you everything you need. You download the forms, you fill it out, you're good to go. It's super simple. You can probably have your LLC set up and done in less than an hour. You pay the filing fee, which again varies from state to state, but it should be under $500. Like it should be under that. Okay. Now, if you are absolutely not comfortable setting it up on your own, or you would just rather pay someone to do it, another resource that had been mentioned to me by someone that I absolutely trust and respect in business was Legalshield. I'd never heard of Legalshield before. They actually do have really good insurance or legal plans and stuff for businesses and individuals. This is what we're personally using right now. It's pretty amazing, I have to tell you. So if you want help with, and you're someone who just gets overwhelmed by paperwork, and in order to get the job done, you need to hire someone, your specific personality type, this would probably be the way to go, because they can help you fill it out, file, and do all the things if you would just rather do that. So this is called Legalshield. I do have this listed inside of the Business Resource Vault. So this is something that's available. But if you want to file online, guys, it's so easy. Now, here's the one thing that you may or may not have thought about when you're starting your business. When I set up my first LLC, I did not even think about the issue with my address and what would happen when I moved, or what would happen when I moved to a different state, or I didn't think about anything like that. And I had my business address listed as my home address. Now that, obviously we traveled for a couple years, we were digital nomads, we moved all around, went to Florida, back to Wisconsin. I actually have something set up. It's a mail forwarding service. And here's the link right here. This just talks about the different reasons why you can get a mail forwarder. Now, the reason that you may want to set this up prior to doing your LLC is because not only is having an address that isn't your home, so it's going to protect your identity a little bit more, in my opinion. I didn't want people to find my home address by looking up my business. Okay, I just didn't like that idea. So I have set up this for my business. Now, the reason that this is so amazing is because this catches all of the mail associated with my business. And my mail forwarding service will like scan it. I can check it out, and then they will actually forward it out to me. Okay. So there's a bunch of different mail forwarding services, and it's going to keep your address private. It's going to make you look a little bit more professional. And when and if you ever need to, change your address, you don't have to work, because if you move and you forget to change your address associated with your LLC, all of your legal documents are going to the wrong place, and it's just a thing. So this made it just a little bit easier. They will forward the mail to wherever you're at. It's relatively inexpensive. So yeah, and then the mail forwarding service that I use was actually, I think it's My RV Mail. Let me check on that. I think that's the name of the one that I use. It is. Okay. It totally is. Okay, so not only can this be used, so don't Don't let the name fool you. It says my RV mail. However, anyone can use this. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're military, this is just personally like traveling nurses, missionaries, anyone on the go, anything like that. They will actually give you an address that can be used as the location for your business. So it's super cool. This is just the personal one that I've decided to go with, my mail forwarding service. Again, check out some different ones online if that's something that you're interested in doing and you're like, oh my gosh, I never thought about protecting my address before, or I never thought about doing that. So this is what I did when I formed my LLC. I used a mail forwarding service. You may want to check into like state laws about like, whatever, where's your address going to be located. You might want to check into that first, because I don't think you can do a PO box for an LLC. I'm not entirely sure on that. You'd have to check. So if that's something, and if you don't care about that and you just want to skip a step and you're like, I don't care, whatever, use my home address. It's not like it makes that big of a difference. There's plenty of people that do that all the time. It's totally fine if you want to. But if you're someone who maybe is going to be moving a lot or anything, you may want to do that in between step. So you guys, the only thing that you have left to do, don't overcomplicate it, is just to go on your website, download the form if you have to, whatever it is, whatever information they need. I know for my LLC for Florida, um, it was all online. I didn't have to download anything. I just typed literally everything in. So it was underneath of the Start a Business tab, and then it was just the limited liability company. And we went through all of the steps. I typed everything in, I paid my fee, I got my papers, and then I was good to go. So that was it. You don't have to make it super complicated. It doesn't have to be like this whole thing like, oh my gosh, it's so hard. It's not that hard. In your head, it's a lot harder than it actually is in reality. So thank you for watching this video. I will go ahead and link to the different things down below. And I will also go ahead and put that inside of What the Tech. So if you haven't yet activated your trial, make sure that you do that. It's only $7 for a 30-day trial. And so yeah, if you have questions and stuff like that, don't pop them down below, because I don't have enough time in the day to get to all the comments. So I'm just letting you know that if you have questions, if you're like, Sarah, what do I do for this or that? Or I have questions about this, or I don't know how to do that. The best place to get those kinds of questions answered are inside of What the Tech. You can message inside the Facebook group, and you can also get access to me live every single Wednesday. For Q&A, like live business training and things where you can ask me questions. So, okay, thanks so much. I'm really excited for you. This is a really big step. Yay. Don't make it harder than it has to be. It's going to feel like when you get to the end and you're going to click pay, it's going to feel like, is this it? Like there should be more, right? No, just let it be simple. It might feel a little different because you've never done it, and it's a big step, but it's not overcomplicated. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.